Alright folks, grab your contour sticks and buckle up, because Mikayla Nogueira's career is spiraling faster than her foundation brush, and honestly, it's glorious.
Makeup bag!
Oh my god.
First, she baited the entire internet with a big confession, and after days of teasing, she finally revealed a skincare line that's giving dollar store energy. People thought she was finally owning up to LashGate, but nope, she just dropped a product called Dren, it like she's marketing bottled sweat. But oh! That's not the only mess on Mikayla's plate. This woman's resume includes scamming her fans, snapping at waitresses, and gaslighting the entire internet into believing her fake mascara lashes were just really good genetics.
Kim cut it!
At this point, Mikayla's career has had more plot twists than a Pretty Little Liars season finale. And trust me, it only gets worse. So sit back, grab your snack, and let's break down how TikTok's so-called beauty queen went from makeup icon to the internet's most chaotic villain. Because this isn't just a downfall, this is a full-blown disaster. And spoiler, Mikayla's messy brand launch might just be the cherry on top of her crumbling influencer empire.
Makeup bag!
Alright, let's talk about Mikayla's latest mess. Her new skincare brand, POV Beauty, or as I like to call it, RIP Beauty, because this launch was DOA. So here's what happened. Mikayla spent days hyping up her big confession. She's all dramatic on TikTok like, I have something I need to tell you. It's been weighing on me. And the internet was convinced she was finally going to own up to LashGate. You know, that time she glued fake lashes to her eyeballs and swore it was just really good mascara. But nope, instead of an apology, she reveals skincare. And not just any skincare. This stuff looks like it was designed by someone who lost a bet. Like, what are these names? She's got a serum called Glaze It and another one called Dren It. Dren It! Ma'am, that sounds less like a skincare product and more like something I yell after stubbing my toe. And the packaging? It's giving DIY Pinterest fail with a splash of skincare starter kit from Shine. Honestly, if you handed me one of these bottles in a dark room, I'd think I was about to clean my countertops, not my face!
Last 2 years have all led up to this. I can't believe it's finally here. My whole life, my whole world is about to change. And I'm terrified, if I'm honest. But the last 5 years as a content creator, I kept asking myself, what's next for me? You know, what is my legacy? And now I know the answer. 2 years ago, I started working on a project.
Girl, legacy? Honey, your legacy is lying about mascara and crying in your car like it's an Olympic event. This is not your legacy. This is you selling overpriced goo in bottles that look like rejected Starbucks cups. And speaking of Starbucks, did you hear about that guy who just won $50 million because a Starbucks employee didn't check if his cup was closed? Yeah, my man got third-degree burns on his junk. Imagine walking into Starbucks for a latte and walking out with your entire lineage in jeopardy.
Oh my god.
Honestly, that Starbucks cup still caused less damage than whatever's inside Mikayla's Glaze It serum. Because let's be real, one's burning skin, the other's burning your wallet, and they're both leaving you in pain wondering, how did I let this happen? At this point, Mikayla's skincare isn't just overpriced. It's practically a liability. I'm half expecting her next product to come with a hazard symbol and a keep away from sensitive areas warning label. And here's the kicker. The one thing Mikayla's brand didn't include, a damn makeup remover. Sis really launched a skincare line without the one product her audience desperately needs. Because after LashGate, we all know people are still scrubbing their eyelids trying to figure out what sorcery she used to glue those false lashes on. I'm starting to think POV Beauty stands for Please Offer Vouchers, because this stuff's gonna be gathering dust on the TJ Maxx clearance shelf by next week. Mikayla, next time you launch a brand, here's a tip. Try selling humility, because at this point, your ego's shinier than your Glaze It serum. And let's be honest, if this skincare line flops, and oh, it's flopping, she's just one bad review away from pretending the whole thing never happened. Sis is gonna be on TikTok in 3 weeks like, wait, I had a skincare brand? Alright folks, let's rewind to the crime scene that shook the beauty world. LashGate. The scandal's so embarrassing it's still haunting Mikayla like an overdue Sephora bill. Picture this. Mikayla drops a TikTok claiming the L'Oreal AL telescopic mascara is so good that her lashes went from 0 to drag queen realness in seconds. But here's the problem. Those lashes...
Look how long and lengthened my lashes look.
This literally just changed my life. This looks like false. This is how? What?
Why the fuck you lying?
Yeah, they were about as real as her Boston accent.
Kim cut it!
Bro, she glued falsies to her eyelids and called it mascara magic. That's not a makeup tutorial, that's a special effects demo. And instead of admitting she lied like a normal person, Mikayla doubled down. She went full villain mode, sitting in her room like some TikTok Thanos, acting unbothered while the internet roasted her for filth. Girl, what's stressful about being caught with glue on your face? Just admit it, apologize, blink twice and say, yeah, I lied, my bad. But nope, she came back acting like she just survived the Hunger Games.
I'm sure we all know why we've all gathered here today. It's the month of love, bitches.
And then, instead of explaining herself, Mikayla tried to pull a bad girl rebrand. But here's where it gets hilarious. Because after months of awkward silence, Mikayla still hasn't admitted the lashes were fake. She's out here pretending those falsies were just genetics. Sis really thinks we believe she was born with individual lash clusters pre-glued to her face. At this point, Mikayla's entire makeup routine has more plot twists than a Netflix true crime series. Mikayla, babe, please, I'm begging you, just own it. Call it performance art, call it experimental lash stacking, call it anything. But don't sit there acting like L'Oreal is out here bottling witchcraft in a mascara tube. And hey, if Mikayla ever releases a memoir, I've got the perfect title. Blink and you'll miss the truth. Alright, as if LashGate and her crusty skincare launch weren't bad enough, let's talk about Mikayla's latest talent, being nasty in public. Because when Mikayla's not faking lashes or selling overpriced goo, she's apparently out here terrorizing waitstaff like she's Gordon Ramsay in a bad mood. So here's what went down. A waitress went viral claiming Mikayla came into a restaurant, acted cold, rude, and barely made eye contact. Now, if you're thinking, okay, maybe Mikayla was just having a bad day, hold that thought. Because the cherry on top, apparently Mikayla's dad had the audacity to snap at the waitress like, why are you even excited to see her?
Like, excited to be able to take care of you. Like, if you need anything, please let me know. And I basically was just like, we're so happy to have you here. Like, and her dad was like, who's we? Like, why are you like so excited to have her here?
Sir? Excited? Nobody's excited to see Mikayla. They're just curious if her lashes are still glued on from last week.
And I was like, oh, like everyone knows Mikayla. Like a couple of us are really big fans of her work. And she immediately like gave me such a death stare and was like, thanks.
And let's talk about the apology, or whatever that was. Instead of just saying, hey, my bad, Mikayla hit us with the classic, I have social anxiety excuse. Girl, no. Social anxiety isn't snapping at waitresses. It's rehearsing your Starbucks order in your head 12 times and still panicking when they ask for your name. And you know she was hoping that apology would make the drama disappear. But nope, the internet's memory is longer than her fake lashes. Because when you build your entire career on being relatable and down to earth, but turn around and act like you're too good for a waitress? Yeah, that's how you end up on TikTok's most hated list.
Kim Kardashian.
Mikayla, if you're watching this, next time you sit down at a restaurant, here's a tip. Try ordering a big, steaming plate of humility. Because right now, the only thing you're serving is main character syndrome.
I spent about 5.
Shut up!
Honestly, if Mikayla keeps this up, she's gonna have to launch a new skincare product called PR Disaster Control. And trust me, she'd better dren it fast. Alright folks, it's time to talk about Mikayla's final form, because when she's not faking lashes, snapping at waitresses, or peddling skincare that looks like it came free with a magazine subscription, she's out here gaslighting the entire internet like it's her full-time job. At this point, Mikayla isn't just an influencer. She's a professional manipulator in full glam. Sis could spill a gallon of foundation on the floor and still convince you it's your fault for walking into it. So let's talk about her voice, because if you've ever watched Mikayla's TikToks, you know her voice jumps around like she's buffering in real life. In one video, she's rocking this heavy Boston accent like she's auditioning for The Departed 2, Winged Liner Edition.
Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds, try it for a day. It is not.
Then suddenly, in her PR unboxing videos, she's out here speaking in customer service mode like she's about to ask you if you'd like to sign up for a Kohl's rewards card.
Hi, it's OL Mikayla here, and I am standing in the Fisher Student Center, one of the best buildings on campus. I actually work here at the...
Girl, be for real. 1 minute you're Carmela Soprano, and the next you're a Disney Channel mom asking if the kids want snacks. But the gaslighting doesn't stop there, because Mikayla's got a PhD in playing the victim. Every time she gets caught lying, her response is always some dramatic TikTok where she's crying into her ring light like she's filming a Lifetime original movie. She'll fake lashes, snap at waitresses, and sell crusty skincare, and somehow still make herself the victim in every scenario. It's like she's mastered this bizarre Jedi mind trick where she messes up, cries for 5 minutes, and suddenly we're supposed to feel bad for her. Mikayla's entire career is just one big performance of step 1, fake it. Step 2, cry when you're caught. Step 3, convince everyone you're the victim. Like, if gaslighting were an Olympic event, Mikayla wouldn't just win gold, she'd convince the judges you cheated and make you apologize for it. Honestly, if Mikayla keeps this up, her next product should be a candle called Gaslight Glow, because at this point, she's burning bridges faster than her fake lashes can fall off. Mikayla, babe, enough with the victim act, enough with the fake tears, enough with the poor me routine. At this point, you've cried on camera so many times, I'm starting to think your tear ducts are monetized. And honestly, respect. Because while she's out here turning emotional breakdowns into brand deals, I'm stuck roasting influencers for free. So please, hit that like button, subscribe, and help me finally cash in on my bad attitude. If Mikayla's tears are paying her bills, my sarcasm should at least cover my Wi-Fi.